There is this battle inside us that goes something like this. One side says, I must socialize. Why I can't socialize? There must be something wrong with me. And the other side says, I don't want to. I'm happy where I am. And this battle usually gets created for two reasons. One reason is we were born with a personality that doesn't go very well with socializing. We are either introverts or highly sensitive, and we don't like socializing as much as other people do. And then our caregivers told us that we must socialize, and that created this battle within us. The other reason is we have grown in our level of consciousness and we don't resonate with our old relationships anymore. We can't talk to people anymore because they are mostly gossiping, or they are complaining, or they are showing off things, or they are talking about some sort of competition or something that we are not interested in anymore. And there also might be both reasons. We are introverts and we have also grown in our level of consciousness. When we have grown in our level of consciousness and we want to resolve that battle, because nobody likes to have that battle inside them, right? We want to resolve that battle, but we sometimes have this delusion that if we downgrade ourselves, if we downgrade our level of consciousness, our level of awareness, and become somebody like many others, then we become more sociable, more interesting, more acceptable by others. But what is the cost of that? I've done this a bunch of times and I felt like I wasn't true anymore. I wasn't authentic. I felt like I was fake. And that felt terrible. Maybe it helps if we remember that we come to this world with different personalities. Some come to this world loving socializing and some just don't. And accepting our personality is a part of self-acceptance. The other thing is that we need to remember that most people are not conscious, meaning they haven't chosen the path of living a conscious living. That choice doesn't exist for them. They are living in a totally different frequency, in a totally different state of being. And the reason maybe is that we come to this world with different levels of consciousness, and everyone comes for a different level of experience. Like Louise Hay once said in one of her lectures, some come for elementary level of living and learning, and some come for PhD level of living and learning. And that doesn't mean that any of us is better than the other. It just means that we come for experiencing different levels of consciousness. And so the idea of coming to this world like a blank paper is not quite right. If you have children, you may have noticed that. Now, as you go through life, life is going to give you opportunities again and again to see if you are going to downgrade yourself again or not. Are you going to ignore your personality needs to or your values, your integrity in order to socialize with others? Or are you going to downgrade your level of consciousness to join the majority in gossiping, complaining, and all that? Or are you going to go back to your old way of living? Or are you going to own your growth and stay stable in your ground and create your own community or your own tribe? When I was going through one of those experiences that life put me in and I was kind of struggling, this question came to my mind. Do you really like socializing with those people? And when I sat for a minute, I realized that no, I never really liked to be there. I never really liked to socialize with those people. And if I do, I would feel like fake and unreal and inauthentic again. Why should I make myself do that again? I don't want to do that. I never really like those fake smiles, those fake excitements. They always say, I'm excited, I'm excited. I never really liked those kind of meaningless talks and conversations and small talks and all that. I wanted to be with real people. I wanted to have more intimate group of people, more intimate people that I can have a real conversation with. That doesn't mean that I don't like people. I actually love people. I sometimes go to somewhere that people are happier, like in the parks, for example, and I just sit down and watch them and become happy through their happiness, through their happy moments. So if you don't like people in general, that might mean that you still are suffering from the hurt that they caused you. But this is not about not liking people. It's more about finding and choosing to have a real relationship with your people, and not downgrading yourself, your consciousness, to just socialize with people that you don't resonate with anymore. Right around that time that life gave me that experience, I came across a book called The Artist's Way. I started reading that book to get my creativity juices flowing, but I got something a lot more valuable. I got myself back. I started spending more time with myself, and I got to know myself a little better. And I started owning my personality, my path in life, my growth, all these things that were related to the way that I was living. Before that, I was growing, but I was still hanging on to the idea that I must socialize. And then there was this exercise in this book that I had to do every week. It was having a date with myself. When I started doing that exercise on a regular basis, I realized that how much I have neglected myself throughout the years, how mean I have been to myself by pushing myself to socialize with the people that had nothing to do with me. So I let go of all those kind of social gatherings, and I no longer had a full schedule, but I had my own company, and I finally resolved that battle within me that I must socialize to considered psychologically and mentally healthy. So maybe it is time for you to let go of the idea of a psychologically healthy person is a person who takes some sorts of medication daily to look cool, to look interesting, to always have a smile on their face, and always have something, no matter how meaningless, to say and to contribute. So we are humans, we are not robots. We thrive in real conversation, in real connections. We can't just fake it. I remember a lady talked to me one day, and she said that she had to take 4 pills a day just to look normal and to show everybody that she's happy with her life. Later, she got fed up with that situation and got out of that situation. And I think it takes a lot of courage and integrity to do that. You know, I think we can find that courage within each of us through knowing ourselves better, through knowing our source, our creator better, through knowing and trusting that in whatever form that we were born, in whatever personality, or in whatever level of consciousness, and for whatever level of experience, we were ready for this experience. We were ready to live in a society where majority of people are still acting and living from their old paradigms, from their old patterns, where they think that they have to socialize. So we can choose to live a more authentic life. We can choose to own and accept and really appreciate the growth that we have brought to our life, and enjoy the happiness that comes with that growth and with that authenticity. I think it's all that I had for you today. Until next time.